listen to all your favorite tracks without hearing audio ads when you make the move to Spotify Premium. Upgrade to Premium and listen your way. Tap the banner to learn more.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you can hear me. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, we're able.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for joining yet another Q&A session. Very, very happy to have all of you on the call, and hope you're super excited about this session as well. So today we're going to be just going over some of those questions that perhaps we didn't answer in the last session, but most importantly, to share information about the sessions we are having or the upcoming boot camps that are starting in a few days from now. That will be on the 13th of February, 2024. I'm really happy that some of you from our last Q&A session applied, and some of you have already successfully made it through. I really congratulate you upon that. So in this session, we're going to start off by just, I think, going over what we didn't go through last time. For those of you that have just joined us for the first time, we welcome you. We'll be going over just a few things in the start, or basically the things that you need to know about Kanzu Code Foundation and the upcoming programs just in case you need to know that before you make your decision to apply for the program. So before we start, let's just by a show of a thumbs up or an emoji of your choice, just confirm that you can still hear me. Just confirm that you can still hear me. Okay. All right, I see Vanessa, I see Michael. Okay, Reynold. The rest, please give me that emoji. Just want to confirm that you can hear me. Are we there? And then Patrick. Okay. Okay. Okay, somebody's sharing a whiteboard.
Sorry, I'm unable to use. It's the first time I've just downloaded this, so I'm unable to text. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Cool. All right. So we're going to kick off. I'll share my screen and then we'll proceed through. Maybe before we share our screen, let me see who is a new person on this call that hasn't introduced themselves before. I think we can start with that. But before we jump into that, let me just take you through the slides so I can guide our conversation this evening. All right, so sharing my screen now and sharing particularly the agenda for this session. So we're going to have introductory remarks, which I'm going to start off with, and we'll jump into just a bit about the Kanziko Foundation, and we'll look at the upcoming programs, and then we'll dive into the Q&A session. So I'm really excited about the questions that you have for us, and I hope I'll be able to answer all of them. So please, if you didn't have any questions prior to the session, please note them down so that you can ask them when the time is right. Okay, so I'll start off with myself. My name is Roland Sankara, and I serve and work here at the Kanzukot Foundation as a learning and development lead and also a learning facilitator. Really, really glad to meet all of you, meet you. I can't wait to meet you guys physically, but that's not too far from now, isn't it? It's just a few days from now, we'll be able to meet each other as we launch this launch these upcoming programs. Okay, so that's Roland. And Roland, if you want to know more about Roland, we'll get to know about him when we meet physically. So I just want to give a chance to another person. Okay, I'm not hearing anything. Someone says I can't hear anything. Is it true? You don't hear anything I'm saying? Or is it just an isolated case? Are you guys able to hear me?
I'm able to hear.
Oh, okay. You're able to hear me. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, you can hear me. So Eddie, I think you have a challenge on your end. Check your network, make sure it's fine. All right, so we'll jump into introductions, just a few of you. I'll just mention some of you that I don't recall in the last session, and then you'll share your briefly about yourself. I think most importantly, I want to know why you choose to join this program and yeah, your expectations from this session. Yeah, particularly not from the programs we are starting soon, but your expectations from this session. So I'll start with Omuno Moses. Are you able to hear me, Omuno? Mic check.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Moses Omono. I think I attended the last meeting. I think I attended either the last or the first. I don't know. I don't remember quite properly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really happy for this session.
Okay.
That is happening at the moment because I think that's why I'm like either I attended last session or not because I'm disturbed by network at times.
Okay.
Because of the nature of what I'm doing, so I keep traveling a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, probably I'm just happy to be here and maybe for the programs and the question and this question and answer session, maybe I'll be in position to contribute and also see what can prosper out of this,
Okay.
out of the bootcamp.
All right. Thank you so much, Muno. Really,
You're
really
welcome.
happy to have you on the call. Okay, so over to you, Michael. Michael Rotiva. Hope I pronounced it right.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Rotiva.
Yes.
I'm a student at Makerere, and I got to know about this program through the outreach event, which Kanzu Code Foundation had a few weeks ago. Was
Okay.
it last week? And
Yeah.
so I'm just hoping to gain some information primarily. So I'll be more listening than contributing, but I'm glad to be here with all of you.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. Glad to have you in the call. Okay, I think let's hear from Sarah, and then we'll jump right into the session. Yes, Sarah.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I don't know what exactly to say. It's my first time here.
Yeah.
I'd always wanted to do something like this. So a friend of mine posted about a link to apply in Campabit. So I applied and went through. So when I was talking about it to my mentor about it, he told me actually there is this place, it's way better. They will give you all you need in this place. So that's how I got to know about Kanzu Code.
Wow, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I would love to know that person. But anyway, thank you so much for joining in this session, and hope you'll be able to get your questions answered. Okay, so that's it. Let's jump right into it, and then hopefully we'll have those questions answered. So I'll start off with what Cancer Code Foundation is for those of you that missed the last session. So I believe that you can see my screen. I trust really that you can see it. So Cancer Code Foundation is a company here in Uganda, and it was backed by a company that's actually making 10 years now. The company is called Kanzu Code Limited, and the founder of the company is a very seasoned developer, software engineer in the field, has contributed massively to the industry, both locally and globally, working on amazing projects for major companies, telcos. If you've heard of companies like Andela, he has had a really, really huge contribution there. And as he founded Kanzuport, the company that really focuses much on building software for businesses, he realized that talent was an issue, especially talent that would help support on projects that came through to Kanzuport, and hence the need to create a place for us to nurture this talent, develop it, and then deploy it for the marketplace. And therefore, Kanzuport Foundation came into existence in the year 2020. And so we are almost closing to 4 years in existence. And we're really, really excited for how much impact we are really catalyzing in the community, especially in and around Kampala. So Kanzuport Foundation, basically by its purpose, we discover, develop, deploy young African talent into the existing ecosystem. And we do this through accelerated and immersive bootcamps or tech training programs. And we later connect that brilliant talent that comes out of our programs. We connect it to diverse opportunities, both local and global. We've had students graduate and are currently working at Kanzuport, and most of them are actually working on work that comes in from foreign clients. So it's a very, very huge opportunity for them to transform their lives. And we're really happy to see how much that has transformed or had an impact on their lives. So that's Kanzu Code Foundation for you. So Kanzu Code, really, in a nutshell, we look at elevating your tech skills for the marketplace, and all those wonderful things I mentioned earlier are what we do particularly. And so we're having a program starting on the 13th of February, which is just next week. If you're interested, really stick into the session. We'll get to know how you can apply for the program. But before you apply, let's get to know what this program is all about in detail. So basically, when you join us, you're going to have an amazing kind of experience. And I'm not saying it for myself. You can check out our website to see our previous alumni share about the experience. But if still that doesn't work for you and you feel like maybe it's not sufficient enough, our alumni have good presence on LinkedIn and other platforms. You can look them up and you can either reach them directly and ask them for how the experience has been for them and what things look like for them after they have completed their programs. So with our learning model, it's really practical, engaging, and really focus on ensuring that you learn a lot through peer learning. We create peer learning groups for each and every student. We add you to our group when you join, and it's through that you get to learn with other people because technology and computing isn't a lone sport or a lone kind of activity. You're going to have to do it with people, and the industry and how it works. You need to know how to work with people. Team collaboration is very key. There are lots of things you get to learn when you're doing things in a team. So even when you're learning, it becomes much easier, and that's why it's part of our learning model. And we prioritize a lot. Around that because it helps you. We've seen how much it changes students that join with almost no experience, and later at the end of the program, they are able to do something with the skills they have got from the program. So that's pretty much our learning model. I hinted about the peer learning groups. Yes, we do have those peer learning groups created for every student, and that becomes like your family. You start the program and end with them. They are a very good support system for you. They are more like accountability partners for you. They encourage you when things are actually going not so well, or even they celebrate you when you are hitting those milestones. So it's an amazing thing for all students that join, and I've seen how wonderfully things get when students are part of such programs, such groups. Sorry. Sessions are online and physical, but mostly online. We also do know that many of our students are not from Kampala. Some of them are from across different parts of the country, others out of the country, places like Kenya, Dubai, Germany, and recently some from actually Nigeria and Ghana. So you're able to interact with these people through sessions online, and also the lectures are carried out online. For the physical classes, those are around Kampala. We have those physical sessions happen as and when communicated, but mostly we have these happen at least once or twice a month. Yes, so that's it with how we do our learning and training at the Kanzu Code Foundation. Our partners, really, it's Kanzu Code and the Innovation Village. If you know the Innovation Village, it's a very powerful space that's really contributing a lot to the growth of the technology space in the country. So they are one of those, they're actually our biggest partner in all that we do. We also partner with Kanzu Board, our parent company, and they do a lot for us, especially in terms of placements, getting opportunities for students that graduate from our programs. Yep. So in case you're not speaking, maybe just to pause a bit here, kindly mute your microphones so that we don't get any interruptions. Thank you so much. All right. Just to take us back a little bit. So with Kanzu Code, our solution to problem, one of the problems we noticed as we started this program or these programs was that there is an issue to do with the skills gap. What the market needs is not what, let's say, graduates have, or what the aspiring developers or developers have. And so with that in mind, a program, or all the programs that are developed under the Kanzu Code Foundation are aimed at looking at how best to empower you, develop your skill set and also tool set for you to be able to plug in easily into the tech ecosystem, get meaningful work not just in Uganda, but across the region and also globally. So we do it by discovering talent. So as you did here, Michael got to know about this program through our Campus Connect sessions that we do at universities. And so we do that and many other things to discover people that are passionate about technology and want to be a part of it. So we ask them to join, and if at all it's okay for them and have gone through all the preliminary things that are required, they become part of the bootcamp, which I think many of you applied for. And so after they've joined, we take them through the training, develop their skill set, and then later on, after being able to show that they're actually competent, we deploy them to partner organizations, one of which is Council Court, as I did mention earlier, but also forging other partnerships locally and also regionally to be able to have more opportunities for students that finish programs. So that's pretty much it in terms of our purpose: to discover, develop, and deploy young African talent for the industry. Yep. I want to take you through a little bit about the learner pathway. For those of you that may have missed it, in your emails, that's if you applied, and those of you that are seeing it for the first time, just to let you know how things go when you join us, and yeah, how you end up where you're going to be once you're given an email, a confirmation email. So when you apply for our programs, most of the students that apply, or most of the people that apply, come in directly. So they come in directly. Let's say we put out an ad for software engineering bootcamp, front end or back end. They apply directly, and what we do is we give them a pre-entry assessment. Before we give them the pre-entry assessment, we do share some resources to help them prepare. And when they're ready, they go through that pre-entry assessment, after which they qualify for the bootcamp they applied for. That's if they pass the pre-entry assessment. And if they don't pass it, they join a beginner's program called the Alpha course. Now, the purpose of the pre-entry assessment is to gauge your level of experience, because these bootcamps, software engineering bootcamps, front-end or back-end, need some level of commitment from the student and that willingness to learn. So if you're able to possess that and also have some experience with any programming language, or just experience with the basics that are shared with you upon application for the program, that's how you qualify. So the assessment is just to assess your competence, your commitment to the program, and also your experience. After which, if you pass that, you're able to qualify for the programs. But we don't push you out if you don't qualify. We just transfer you to a program or refer you to a beginner course to help you understand all the fundamentals around computer programming, general computing, and the fundamentals of web development. After which, after graduating, you still go through it, the pre-entry assessment, if you want to join or attend any of the other software engineering bootcamps that we offer. After graduation, you get to join our developer community, and it's there that we do our placements. It's there that you continue to be part of a community, of a learning community that supports you whenever, and that's if you need the support, of which many of the students in the community usually need that support. Let's say if you want to skill up on new technologies, you get that free of charge because of that learning community. So that's pretty much it for the learner pathway. Hopefully we'll get some questions from this. I don't know if it's very clear to many of you, but I would be really happy to get any questions from you. Now, before I continue, allow me just pause here and just confirm whether we're still together. Whether we're still together. You can use a thumbs up to confirm whether we are still together. Just want to confirm if we are okay. If at all everything is okay for you. Okay. Looks like everything is okay for many of you. So think all is good. So I'll proceed with the next few slides, and then we'll jump into the Q&A session. All right, so that was the learner pathway, which I hope you understood. Now I just want to share with you the programs that I was highlighting in the learner pathway. So we have the Alpha course, which is basically a course aimed, as I mentioned, to help you grasp the fundamentals of computer science, general computing, web development. And at the end of it, you're going to be able to program a social impact project based on whatever you've learned. Details about this Alpha course are on our website, nanzufoundation.com, if at all you so wish to apply for it. The program fee is just down here. It's subsidized so that we can have as many people have access to these training programs, because truth is, we've seen how lives of many people have been transformed because of technology. Somebody said many with technology we've been able to tap into opportunities across the continent, even from parts of other continents internationally, without necessarily going out of the country. And so it's a very powerful thing that we've seen work. And that's why we subsidize that, to be able to allow many people to have a chance to learn and see for themselves the power of these amazing tools and how you can use them to transform your life. So we have the Alpha Techie course. In case you're a total beginner, this is a very good program for you. So you can apply, the link is right there. Then we do have the front-end web developer program or web specialist program. With this one, you learn the skills to design and develop visually stunning or intuitive, responsive user interfaces. I know many of the students applied for this one. It's a very good and wonderful program. Yep. And cost is actually still the same, $295. Details, you can still check our website. And finally, the backend web development track. And with this one, you get to learn things in line with the backend of web applications. So you get to build powerful, scalable, and reliable server-side applications that mostly help power or help facilitate the core functionalities of web applications. By web application, I mean tools that you're able to access through your browser. Things like if you use things like WhatsApp web, those are web applications that you're able to use in your day-to-day life. And therefore, with the backend program, you're building backend functionality, facilitate the functionality of such applications. So that's it. Those are the programs we have. And so we implore you, if at all you haven't applied for the programs, please go ahead and apply. We are running out of time. In case you want to be a part of us, please, you can apply today, you can apply tomorrow, but next week we'll be starting and won't be accepting any other applications. So for you to catch us for these coming cohorts, you're encouraged to apply as soon as possible. All right, those are the programs. That's what we're offering. That's what Kanzu Code is all about. And most importantly, just hold on a second. Most importantly, it's really happy to have many people go through our programs and just have that experience and go out and use those skills to do amazing things. So it's at this moment that I want us to, jump right into the most interesting stuff, that you all came for, which is the Q&A session. So, okay, so just hold on a minute. I want to just share something that will kick us off into that particular discussion. Allow me to just keep this open as we have your questions coming through. So that's pretty much it for all you need to know about the Cancer Code Foundation. I'm really happy to, at this moment, take your questions. That's if you have any, and we'll be answering those. Thank you so much. Hope you are ready to shoot your questions. Yes. Okay, we have already one question coming through. Over to you, Vanessa.
Okay, hello everyone. I hope I can be heard. Can I be heard?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so my first question is, what's the difference between the alpha techie course and the front end? I thought they're like the same. I just thought they're the same.
Okay. They are not the same. So the content that's covered is different, totally different. And so it's not the same at all. I think what I can do is share with you the course curriculum outlines for you to review. But basically, what I could say is the Alpha course is really a course. All content around that course is for you to gain the fundamental knowledge about web development, about computing. So what I can share with you offhand is that you get to learn things around the internet and how it works, the basics of computing, basically, things that you would probably need to know earlier on for you to thrive. That's in your problem-solving endeavors as you go up the ladder. So you get to know anything to do with hardware and software of computers, the internet and how it works, the World Wide Web. You get to learn about the building blocks of the internet, sorry, of the World Wide Web, that's HTML, CSS. You get to know how to do human-centered, or you get to know how to implement things like design thinking as you develop your web applications, and then you jump into working with content management systems like WordPress, get to develop applications using them, and at the end, you're tasked to develop a project either for yourself, if at all you have a business, or for a family friend, or even your family member. So basically, that's what the Alpha course is about. Use the skills you've got around web development to build a social impact project. And those skills are really basic, very basic. Then for the front-end program, go deeper into front-end web development. And things you cover in there build a lot on JavaScript, the programming language. You get to learn a lot about building interactive web applications, single-page applications with tools like React, JS. You also get to know how to work with, just allow me to mute you a bit, get to also learn how to work with tools like headless CMSs that help you to develop APIs or backends for your web application without necessarily knowing backend programming languages or knowing how to set up backends. Basically, it's an easy to work with tool, or the easy to work with tools that help you to manage your content for applications by providing you with APIs. That's what the CMSs are all about. So that's what, in a nutshell, that is what the front-end program is all about. I don't know if it's now clear to you, Vanessa.
Yes, it is. It's now clear to me. And then I have a second question.
Yes.
Can you still hear?
I can still hear.
Okay. So my second question is, we were supposed to do an assignment, and I had communicated earlier that at the time within which we're supposed to submit the assignment, I did not have a laptop. And then I'm only getting a laptop on Monday morning. So do I not qualify for the program? Because I did the multi-question assessment. And then I was told that we'll be called for interviews and whatnot. So where does that leave me?
Okay. I don't know if you've checked your emails about your application status was sent this afternoon. I don't know if you've received that email, but that details what you're asking. So interviews are going to be scheduled for next week for those that have qualified. So it's good for you to maybe check your email just to confirm that you received that email confirmation or application confirmation. And for the laptop, yes, it's okay for you to get that on Monday. Have nothing new. So I think bottom line is check your email to see your status and act accordingly. Yeah. Hope that's okay, Sarah. Sorry, Vanessa.
Oh, hold on. When you said check my email, like between now and Tuesday?
No, check your email to check for emails that you received today.
Okay. Oh, I do not. The one that I received is a reminder for people to submit their assessment.
Okay, so that means perhaps there's an assessment that you haven't worked on. But if at all the challenge, yes, if at all the challenge was the laptop, then please respond to the email and we'll be responding to you with an appropriate response to that and how you can proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Okay. Okay. Thank you as well. Yes, Sarah.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk. But there are also questions in that side of comment section, but let me say mine.
Okay.
Mine is not a question, but I feel like this introduction you're giving us right now, I wish I'd gotten it way before applying, because at some point, because I applied for front end and I've successfully gotten myself a spot, which I thank to you. But I feel like I also need this alpha techie course, because I feel like I'm so blank about this thing. So is it possible for me to do it after the front end, or I'll be able to cope up with what I'm starting with?
Okay, so what you can do, if I told you prefer to start with the alpha course, you can just communicate in the email that was sent to you, because what we did is based on your performance on the pre-entry assessment. So if I told you feel like you would want to rather start with the alpha course, that's all right. You can just reply to that email and we shall add you to the alpha course.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. Any other? Okay, I see some questions in the chat. Moses says, do you have a full stack session in the package, or is it allowed, or we just need to specify? Okay, thank you so much, Moses, for that one. The program is, the way it's designed is for you to go through all the 3 programs. That's if I told you start from the alpha course. But if you start from the front end course, it's designed for you to go through the front end, then later the back end, after which you qualify to be a full stack software developer. So what you need to do is just take the courses in their order. So you can do the front end, after which you do the back end. So after the back end, because full stack is basically some knowledge on both front end and back end technologies. I hope that makes sense, Moses. The programs are just split, but it's for you. It's okay for you to take on the next program to qualify to be a full stack developer. Is that okay, Moses?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Reynold, what does the interview entail, or what can I expect? The interview is going to be like a conversation, really. It's not anything technical. We just want to know more about you and your aspirations, your reasons behind joining the program, so that we have those noted and ensure that as we go through the program, we pretty much hit those expectations for you, so that you have a really good and your outcome from the program really aligns with your expectation right from the start. Yeah. But then also get to know your level of commitment to the program, because we do know some people have day jobs, so we get to know then which sessions we get to place you in, either the morning or evening sessions. Yes. I hope that is clear to you, Reynold. Is it clear to you? Okay, yes, it is. All right. Any other question? Any other question? Okay. Is everything clear? Maybe let me stop sharing.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am glad. Okay, my name is Caesar Nzama. I'm glad that I made it, though I was a bit worried, but I made it. And I'm wondering if you've talked about 2 sessions, I think morning and evening, where you'll be dividing students. Is it okay for one to do both sessions if possible, or it is strictly one or the other?
It's okay. So you could say I attended the morning session, but I need a recap, so I'll attend the evening session. That's totally fine. Yeah, but you don't necessarily, the content shared in either session is the same, just to cater for either group of the class. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Michael.
Thank you, Roland, for all the information so far. My question, I haven't been privy to a lot of the information that's been going around, so I just want to know, how possible is it for a person who is studying to be involved in the boot camps? Is it how much time is required? What kind of commitment is required? Can you do that at your own university classes at the same time, or is it something which you would rather do maybe in a recess time?
Okay, thank you. So I think it's a choice that you need to make based on the time that you have. So I know it's not so much time you have at school. I don't know if I told your timetable at school is full day, but if you have some time, let's say evenings, then you can commit to attend sessions in the evening, because the beauty about the program is that we have some pre-recorded content for you to go through. Some of this content also is in form of written content on an LMS, a learning management system, that you go through. So you're able to access the content even when it's not lecture time. So the lectures are really for you to kind of share your progress, share your challenges, and be given guidance on the next learning endeavors in the program. So most of the time you will have is really for you to schedule time, go through the LMS, go through the pre-recorded content, work on projects that are given to you, so that you're able to apply what you're learning, basically. Yeah. I don't know if it helps in any way, Michael.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other question from us? Okay.
Roland, I'd like to inquire of the time the evening classes starts.
Okay. It starts from 8 p.m. and ends at 10 p.m. I hope that's clear.
Clear.
Okay. Any other?
One more question for me, Cesar here.
Yes.
How do I put this? You see, many of these boot camps, they kind of like pump you with a lot of knowledge. And if you're not a quick learner, you're going to struggle to get along. How well? What is the difference between this and other boot camps?
I think a boot camp is a boot camp, and there's a reason why it's called a boot camp. Yeah, boot camps are immersive. They are intense programs, and why they're intense, they're helping you cover a lot in a short period of time. Stuff that you would otherwise have covered in a way longer programs, such as universities. But for boot camps, you're focusing more on the practical part of things, your ability to apply what you're learning, or your ability to take on a technology and make use of it to solve a problem or to build a solution. So with bootcamps, you're going to have to, I think when you mention pumping, for us, it's not really pumping. You have everything shared with you beforehand in terms of what we're going to expect. And because we know it's kind of hard going through the program, especially getting all these things alone, this is why we have that arrangement of peer learning groups. So with your teams or with your groups, your peer learning group, you're able to help each other. If I know something, I'm able to help you perhaps doesn't know anything about that thing. So we have what we call student roundtable discussions. Those happen and are arranged by students within their peer learning groups. So those ones are usually from the last programs we've had, they'll happen over the weekends. So you're able to come with your fellows, go over some of the things you've been covering that very week, or if at all within your team, you're able to organize within week before the end of week, that's totally fine. So that and many other things are what we use basically to help you keep up with whatever is being shared. But most importantly, for you to make use of what you're learning, because it doesn't work for us to just share everything to you and then not get to understand it. Then secondly, before you get to join the program, we have this pre-entry assessment thing. So it's what we use to kind of know somebody's commitment level. So sometimes it's not because the content is way too much, but perhaps because you have other competing responsibilities, maybe school, maybe work. And the truth is you hardly have any time to go over the content. And it means you're going to be left behind so many lessons. You get frustrated, you get stressed, you feel it's too much because you have so much to cover, so much backlog to cover. So what we encourage students to do right from the start, get to know how much time you have, get to allocate that time to yourself daily, because it's better to do something consistently than having a single time to do it. Because if you say you want to do it one day, it will be overwhelming. And if I multiply that stuff you need to do twice or thrice, it will kill you. You'll feel like just leaving the program. You feel like you're being pumped so much and you don't have enough time to do it. But it's perhaps because you didn't have that consistency daily, or at least practice on what you've been taught, so that every single day, the new content that comes to you, it's more or less a building block to something that we covered in the previous session. So yeah, those are some of the things I can share with you in line with that, Caesar. I don't know if it helps.
Yeah, it helps. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, Patrick.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
For me, mine is a bit I'm already thinking toward the bootcamp itself. And with your experience, when it comes to peer learning groups, because I've heard you talk about them.
Yeah.
There are situations where you've been teamed with people who sometimes are not available. Maybe they get busy, or along the way they drop out of the bootcamp.
Yeah.
In such situations, like some people might be left hanging. So I think my question would be, with your experience with these bootcamps, how do you ensure that, like, people are put in these peer learning groups, but there's actually participation from everyone and everybody is on track?
Okay, thank you. So how the groups are created, you have we call them teaching assistants, and every group has a teaching assistant that monitors the group, gets to know how each of you is doing, gets to know the activities that you're having as a group, and follows up to support or just give you a push. Those are the teaching assistants. So every group is assigned a teaching assistant. This teaching assistant is a previous bootcamp student, an alumni. They have been part of the program before, so they know some of the things that you may be facing right from the start. They're able to support you. So that is one. Number two is you have leadership within those peer learning groups. And with that leadership means you're given, there's responsibility that's given to different team members, right from the team leader to the other members. You have the work or assignments that you're going to have to do. And that's just part of what helps you keep you guys together and active. And again, with the backdrop being, you have a teaching assistant that is monitoring whatever is happening, ensuring that you're scheduling sessions and committing to being part of them. Now, if at all there is that inconsistency of people not showing up, with the bootcamp, what we do is if you constantly not show up for at least 3 times, it means that maybe there's something wrong with you. We follow up. If it's following up doesn't help, then what we do is we drop you out of the program just to ensure your not being available doesn't affect the other group. And if at all that happens, that you get dropped out, we look at maintaining the group that you've been a part of, either looking for other members to add to that group, take up your spot. Yeah, those are just some of the things that we do to ensure that that is resolved. I don't know if it answers your question at all.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other question?
One more question.
Yes.
You had mentioned that if somebody is facing a challenge, they will be dropped out. If this happens to one, do they have the opportunity to come back the next time and continue without having to pay? As if, say somebody has paid and after one month they can't continue. Do you do a refund, or do you tell them, okay, next time you want to continue? Because to be honest, there are people who are going to reach a point where they're like, I know this I think I got in the wrong end. And will be like, no, I beg to stop. I'm not saying that I'm going to do that. For me, I know I have experience of this boot camps. So I'm talking from experience. Right now, I'm ready. But there are people who are going to face challenges. So somebody may want to know what happens.
Okay. Number one, I think the best thing to do is to ask right from the start. We're going to have those interviews with many of you. I think the best thing is to avoid the problem before it happens. So that's why we are having those interviews. Get to know you as a person. Did you make a right choice for the front end or the back end? And if not, if that's not the case, then we see if we change you and put you in a program that you feel is much more comfortable for you. But when we start and you have that feeling, again, we've seen such people, but sometimes it's because there's something, there's a reason behind. They are maybe wanting to leave or pause because there's always a reason anyway. So usually for me, how I approach it is I speak to those people, those students, and most times it's really maybe they're stressed or the team is becoming a problem to them. Yeah. They have assignments undone. So for them, it's because I have so many assignments undone. I feel like there's so much that I've missed out. So I'm overwhelmed. I can't do anything. I'm sorry. I beg to stop here. So those are some of the reasons. So whenever I speak to them, many of them get to see the direction on how they can work on maybe pending assignments or get support from a teaching assistant to be able to overcome those challenges. So it's really when the worst goes to the worst, I say, okay, we've tried all our best, but it seems you're not able to proceed. Then there, unfortunately, in the program, we let you go. But in terms of refund, that's if at all it's early on in the program before the close of the first month into the program. If it's beyond that, then refunds are not executed. So yeah, hope it's clear for you.
Very clear.
Okay. Any other question? I encourage you to ask questions. I know some people may not know the right questions to ask, but you need to at least get some questions from how, I love the question that Michael had shared. Michael dropped off, I think. So he's on the call. So he's at school. He's looking at how he's going to, if at all he joins, how he's going to be able to balance both. Maybe you have a day job. So you also need to look into questions around that. If at all there are no questions, then maybe look at how best you're going to reschedule and make sure this works for you. Because it's a decision you're making, and the truth is sometimes you're going to have to make sacrifices. You want, if it's something good and you feel it's good, you're going to have to make some sacrifices for it. I am privileged to also have gone through boot camps myself, and I've seen students start out, when I was still a student, that's fellow students start out, and everything looks good for them week one, but when they go into week two, they start rethinking, maybe I made the wrong decision. So sometimes you have options. You have another job, you're like, after all, I have a job, just trying to learn a new skill, maybe to do a career change. If at all it's not working for me, then it's okay. I can drop that. We have seen some students that have that kind of mentality. But to save you the money and time, I think you need to make the decision before you join so that you know that, okay, this is something for me or it's not. And if at all you say it's something for you and you're convinced, I would encourage you to just push on till the end. Because me, myself, I've been through programs, I've told you, a bootcamp. It becomes difficult at some point, but that difficulty is there. So the good thing, there are always those people that are there to support you. I think for me, the right thing for you to do would be get support. If it's a decision that you made and in your right mind, you made that decision, I believe there is a reason why you need to push on. If there's a challenge, find support. find help, ask, you'll be able to make it through. Because the truth is, this space is a very wonderful, promising space. As I told you, many people's lives have been transformed, me included. So yeah, I think for you and whoever is going to be joining the program, it's very important for you to make the decision before you join. And once you make the decision, put in all your efforts. Put in all your effort. There's somebody that has put in a lot. I've seen some students that have just put in so much effort in the pre-entry assessments. You guys are doing so great. Just looking at your projects, I can see that this person is a person that someone would refer to for an opportunity. Why? Because that level of commitment is on another level. And you see, we have already seen it just for your submissions, that you can put in so much time and produce something really good. Yeah. And perform very well on that. That's commitment that that commitment is what everyone would want, even though it's your next employer. Yeah. So I don't know how to express this, but before you make any other move, make sure you've made the right choice. Make sure you've made the right choice. If it's not the right choice, ask, look for guidance from somebody, maybe the person that prepared me for the program, or reflect and see, oh, is this a path I want to take 5 years? If I start and they say I'm a developer after the program, how would life look like for me in the next 5 years or 10 years? Well, where would I want to work, or how would I want to be addressed? What kind of work would I need? What kind of revenue stream would I need to develop? Is it in line with technology? Or basically, how do you see yourself in the next few years? If technology is the answer, I think you're jumping onto the right bus. If it's not, then maybe you're destined for something else, I would say. But maybe just to close with this, no one is built to be, no one was created to be anything. It's really your mindset towards something and commitment towards it. If you set your mind to something, you're able to achieve it. And you don't just achieve anything because you've set your mind to it. After you've achieved that thing, you should have a plan in your mind on how you execute pushing on, because every level of your life, there's going to be challenges. Even when you finish a program, there will be another problem to solve. Now, maybe we need that job opportunity. How do I look for that job? How do I get it? If I'm there, how do I maintain it? If I am maintaining it, how do I get to the next level? How do I increase my ability? How do I increase my skill set? It's never ends. So the struggle continues. Yeah, so that's it for me. Unless there's any other question, I would like to pause here. Reynold is asking, is it possible to make payment over mobile money? So if you applied for the program, the initial email that you received has the payment options. You can use mobile money, you can use bank or Flutterwave. Yeah, hope it's clear for you guys. Okay, any other question before we close? Or we are all good? If you're all good, just use a thumbs up so I can confirm that everything is clear for you. Okay, everything is clear. All right, thank you so much, guys. So please check out, if you're not applied, encourage you to apply. If at all you've already applied and haven't done any of the assignments, please work on them. If you feel there is anything that is a problem in you executing the assignment, communicate, because communication, guys, is a very key thing, especially in the tech industry. Yeah, I told you, software is built in teams. And if you can't communicate, well, I don't want to jump into that aspect, but basically communication is key. So even when you go through this whole pre-entry assessment bit, communicate. And I love how some of you have been communicating, always making phone calls, always replying to emails. That's a very good sign. On the onset, I can see that this is a very good candidate for many opportunities ahead of them. And I'm happy to refer them when an opportunity comes, because I can just see it from your level of commitment. So in each and every opportunity given to you guys, demonstrate that level of commitment, demonstrate that communication, over-communicate. At least let someone say, man, you over-communicate than doing it. So that's it from me. I think there are no other questions. I wish you all a fantastic rest of the weekend. Yeah, we'll be meeting each other, those that have made it through, for interviews next week. And we'll have a bootcamp launch on the 15th of February 2024. Yes, Reynold, go ahead, ask a question. Okay, so can someone take a bootcamp as an internship? No, it's different. It's different, though I think we've not had any internship done that way, because yes, it's a training, but usually the interns that we have come in and work on actual projects, and it's through those projects that they learn. So we've not had anyone do internships through a bootcamp. It's a different arrangement. So if at all you get to the end of the program, you can always apply for internship when they're open for you to be a part with them. Yeah, so internships here at the Council Code Foundation are really project-based. You're not going to have people teaching you all the time. So there's also some level of experience required. Yeah, that's all I can say. So I believe that answered your question. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
One final question for me.
Yes.
I noticed in the email the meetup date is the 16th. Yeah.
Okay.
But that happens to be a public holiday.
Yes.
I don't know that it doesn't affect.
Okay.
In any way.
At the time when we wrote that email, we had considered that public holiday, hoping that many of you would be available, free. But looking at our communication we've had later this evening with our partner, Innovation Village, it's most likely to change Thursday. That's why I said 15th. I'll be making communication, final communication about this as and when we receive it from our partner. Yeah. Is it okay, Caesar?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Sunday? Okay. Sunday is asking when are the bootcamp beginning? We're beginning on the 13th of February. And we shall start with an onboarding call or orientation call, where you get to receive everything you need for the program, get access to the LMS, learning management system, your teams, and then you go ahead and start going through the content. And we shall officially start with the launch on, that's when we get confirmation on either Friday or Thursday, but most likely going to be Thursday. We'll be having a launch, and on that launch, there are lots of things I'm going to be doing. And one of them may be, just to let you know, in case you're working on your pre-entry assessments and you haven't yet, because I know some of you are given an extension of deadline, please do it to the best of your ability, because we're going to recognize the best projects through that from the pre-entry assessments. I've already we've been able to see amazing work done. So from the pre-entry assessments, do it to your best of the ability so that you get to showcase your project during the bootcamp launch on 15th February. Yeah. Is that okay now? Are we all satisfied? A thumbs up, please, guys. Let's just get that confirmation and we can close. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, so our sessions are very interactive. If you didn't know it today, so you'll have fun. I wish you all a wonderful rest of the evening, wonderful weekend. If you haven't applied, please go ahead and apply. If you have a friend that would want to be a part of this, share with them because we are closing applications by start of next week. And for those that haven't submitted their projects, pre-entry assessment, check your emails, new deadline was shared. And those that feel like they want to be a part of a particular program, not the other that they have been assigned to, like Sarah, please communicate on email. We'll do the needful. With that, wish you all a wonderful, again, wonderful rest of the weekend. God bless you all. Bye-bye.